Hey guys, welcome. There are two ways how you can sell your product. You can sell your product in your store, which is time consuming and requires a lot of manpower to manage and run your store. The other way to sell your product is online, which is simple and easy to do. In this course, you will learn how to sell your products, which can be both physical and digital products online. We will learn how to add products, create new products for both digital downloads and physical goods. You'll learn how to set up and manage stocks in your site and generate better revenue through analytics. WordPress WooCommerce is an amazing tool which helps you sell your product from digitally and physically. You can basically sell anything with the help of WooCommerce. In this course, you'll learn how to set up and manage your online store from start to finish. There's a lot to learn, so let's get started. We will be using WordPress as our base to build the e-commerce website. So you need to know how to work with WordPress. Some of the basics are recommended, like installing themes, installing plugins, creating pages, and creating posts. Through the entire course, we'll be using a freely available plugin called WooCommerce. But before even we get started, it is a good idea for you to know how and what is e-commerce. If you want to learn more about WordPress, you can just check out our course available in the gwsst.com WordPress Essential Training. One of the basic questions which a lot of people would ask is, why choose WooCommerce? Well, the first thing is that it is built on WordPress, which is an open source content management system, and it is highly popular. The second thing is that it is stable and it is regularly maintained. It supports thousands of themes and plugins. It is open source. That means you can go inside the WordPress plugin and you can look at through the code one by one. So it is completely open source and it is highly customized. So you can customize how your product can look like. It is built for content, so it is easy to add contents and add descriptions and all the data you would require for your product with the help of WooCommerce. It is SEO friendly, so once you upload your site online, once you upload your e-commerce store online, it is already SEO friendly, so there's a very minimal SEO for your e-commerce website. And it has a large developer community. That means there is a lot of people who are out there ready to help you. With the help of WooCommerce, you can sell physical products, you can sell digital products, you can sell downloadable products, you can sell subscriptions, memberships. And the best thing about WooCommerce is for your product, you can set up your own price. Another great thing of WooCommerce is that it supports a lot of ways how you can collect payments. We have digital payments, it has cash on delivery, PayPal, bank transfer, and there are so many payment gateways which you can integrate into your WooCommerce site. I have already installed WordPress in my local host, so you can do that too. And this is the dashboard which you will see. So before even we install WooCommerce into our site, we need to set up our site to get started with WooCommerce. The first thing what we have to do is we have to set up our permalinks. I'm going to go to settings, and from here go to permalinks, and you can see by default it is set to day and name. I'm going to change this to post name. It's basically so that we can set pretty URLs in our WordPress site. So if you set it to this one, what happens is every time you create a post, it shows up the date when the post was created. So we don't need that. We basically need a direct post, which is also a good thing for SEO. So now once that is set, you can click on Save Changes. Now we need two more pages to be set up to get started with WooCommerce. And I'll go to Pages, and we need about page and contact page. So it doesn't need to have any content. You just can create a blank pages, but once you're publishing a site, make sure that you add the contents before you set your site for live. I'm going to click on add new, then I'm going to call this as about us and hit publish. I'm going to create another page. I'll call this as contact us. The next thing is that I'm going to install Classic Editor because I'm really good with that one. So you can do the same, but if you're good with Block Editor, you are completely fine to go ahead with that. So I'm going to go to Plugins, add new, and from there I'm going to install Classic Editor. I also need some extra tools for my Classic Editor, so I'm going to install TinyMCE. Let's type in TinyMCE. Let's activate that. Let's see how our site looks like now. I'm using the default theme, but here I have the sample page. I'm going to get rid of that. For that, I'm going to create a navigation bar. I'm going to call that as main menu. And inside that, I'm just going to show create main menu and then go to view all. I'm going to set home, about, and contact. I'm going to add that. I'm going to add home, about, and contact us. Set that to desktop horizontal menu. Save this. Let's get back to our site and hit refresh. Okay, we have our links now. Before we install WooCommerce, it is recommended to install Jetpack first. So I'm going to install Jetpack. Let's go to add new. And you can scroll down, you can see there's Jetpack. It's an ideal plugin for stats, Reddit posts, and search engine optimization, social sharing, protection, backup, security, and a lot of other things. So let's go ahead and install this. Now that our plugin is installed, let's activate this. Okay, now we need to install our WooCommerce. So let's click on add new and look for WooCommerce. You can see there's a WooCommerce plugin here, which is buy automatic. So click on install. Now that WooCommerce is installed, let's click on activate. Once you have activated WooCommerce, that will get you to the installation wizard. So here you can see that we have a lot of other options which we can set it up. So let's set up our WooCommerce. So where is your store based on? So you need to specify your location. I'm going to set it to India. And the address, I'm going to set it to Jayanagar. And the city is Bangalore. State is Karnataka. And I'm going to set the zip code. And now we need to specify what currency do we accept in. So I'm going to accept my payments in INR. That is Indian rupee. What type of products do you plan to sell? So here you have an option to choose that you can sell both physical and digital, only physical or only digital. I'm going to set the first one, which is going to be both physical and digital. If you will be selling the products in person, you can check this, but I'm going to leave this blank for now. Now comes the option for setting up our payments. Now, since I do not have any kind of payment gateway activated or signed up for, I'm going to disable this. And in the offline payments, I'm going to set up check payments and cash on delivery. Now I'll show you how you can install a payment gateway in our further classes. Click on continue. Now you can set up your shipping zone. So I'm going to set this up later. So I'm going to just disable this for now. WooCommerce recommends to install these options. So I'm going to uncheck all of these. So click on continue. Okay, remember when we installed Jetpack? So this is the part. So since Jetpack is connected to our store, it can give you better security, store stats, store monitoring, a lot of other options. I'm going to click on continue with Jetpack. If you have not done that, you can always skip this step. Great, let's finish up our store. I'm going to click on finish. Okay, now that our WooCommerce is installed and ready, you can see that we have some options here. We can sign up for the newsletters, or you can create a new product, or I can import the list of products which I already have in my CSV file. Now, since I don't have any kind of product set up right now, I'm going to just click on visit the dashboard. I can see I'm getting this message. Your store does not appear to be using a secure connection. We highly recommend you serving an entire website over the HTTPS. This is because since we are using a e-commerce website and we'll be doing the transaction online, so WordPress recommends that we need to have an HTTPS certificate enabled on your site. Now, since I'm localhost, that's completely fine. So just click on the dismiss button. Now, if you feel like you have done any mistake while installing your WooCommerce, you can always reconfigure that. You can go to your WooCommerce and go to settings, and in settings you can see there is an option called help. Just click on that and you can see there is a setup wizard. Just click on that one, and now you can click on this setup wizard. That will get you back where we started, and from here you can reconfigure everything you did. Now that our WooCommerce setup is ready, we can create our first product. So if you have gone through the WooCommerce setup, you can just click here and create a new product. Now, if you have clicked on the visit dashboard, you can create a new product from there too. I'm going to click on create a new product. and this will get me to my products page. Now you can see here the add new product is highlighted, so I can add my product name, and here I have some description, and I can set up my regular price, sale price, and a lot of other things. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dismiss this. Let me create a dummy product. I'm going to call this as dummy product, and now below this I can add some description. So let me go to Lorem Ipsum and let's get some dummy text. Let's copy this one and paste it here, here, and here. Okay, let's scroll down. Now you can see in the product data we have a lot of other options available. So right now I'm just going to go with the simple product, and then we need a price. So I'm going to set this to 5,000, and I need to set up a sale price. So I'm just going to leave this blank for now. And if I scroll down a little bit more, we have a short description. I'm going to leave that blank too. Let's just go ahead and publish this. Now I need to see how my product page looks like. Now if you see this add shipping methods and zone, I'm going to set that up later. So I'm just going to click on dismiss, and let's see how a product looks like in the live view. So what you can do here is you can just click on preview changes. Now you can see I have my product name, dummy product, and I have the image here, and I have the number of items I want to choose. I click on add to cart, and you can see I have the category option. I can also add tags. At the bottom we have the description of the product which you can set in. The user can directly now click on add to cart and you can go for the checkout page. But there are still a lot of things to be added to a product. So let's see how we can do that. As you can see, my headings and paragraphs are like really big. That's because of the theme which I have installed. I'm using a default theme which came with WordPress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to a much more customizable theme. I'm going to go to appearance and themes, click on add new. Then I'm going to look for 2012. 2012 is a really old theme, but it works really well with the WooCommerce. So now click on install and then activate this. If your theme is working fine, you don't need to do this. I'm just doing this because of the default WordPress theme has really huge fonts. Now once I've done this, I can go to products, go to all products. Then here I have my dummy product. I'm going to open that. Now I can click on preview changes. See, now my headings and paragraphs are the regular size which I needed. Now since that is done, in the next class we'll see how we can update this image. A lot of people have confusion of what type of image size should they be choosing. Well, when it comes to WooCommerce, it is always a good idea if you're using the image size which is exactly square. So in my case, I'm using a image which is 1200 pixels by 1200 pixels in width and height. So let's update that image over here. Right now what we have here is a placeholder. So let's get back to our dashboard, and you can see at the bottom we have this product image and we have product gallery. I need both of these options as my top priority over here. So what you can do is you can just drag this and you can put it over here. I'll do the same thing for the product gallery. Just drag this and put it over here. So in this way, as soon as I add my description, I will be able to update my image. So let me set the product image for now. So I'm going to click on set product image and select image. I have stored my images in the desktop as product images. And if I open this, right now I have 3 images. I'll set the mobile one as my first image. Click on open. Once your image is uploaded, this is where you can do more SEO for your site. See, you have to always name your image to the more relevant product name. For example, I have set my product name as mobile one. So my alt text would also be as mobile one. I can simply copy this and paste this into my title and my description. Caption won't show up, so that's completely fine. So let's click on set product image. I'll get the image over here. Let's click on update. And once it is updated, you can go to your dummy product here and click on refresh. See, now I have the image. If I take my cursor on this one, you can see it is automatically zooming to that image. I can click on this zoom icon. That's going to show me in depth, and this is the alt attribute which I gave to my image. I can click on outside to get out of that, and then I can get back to my dashboard. Let's add some gallery for us. So you can select this product gallery, click on add product gallery images. I'm going to upload files. I'm going to select other 2 images here, click on open. And once it is done, you can select both the images by holding Control key and then click on add to gallery. I can see my images are added here. So let's get back and click on update. Once the product is updated, you can go back to your dummy product and click on refresh. Now you can see I have my product gallery at the bottom. So I can click on this one. And then I have the next and the back button to navigate between my products. Again, I can click on outside to get out of that. Now that our product page is built, we need to add some additional information for our product. Let's do that. Let's close this. Let's go to our product page. And from here, if I scroll down, you can see there is a lot of other option here. Here in the general, I can see there is a regular price which we set up. Now I need to set the sale price. I'm going to set this to around 3,000. The best thing here is you can actually schedule it. So before scheduling, just let me set this up. I click on update. Let's see how that looks like. I'm going to click on preview changes. And now you can see on the previous price, we have a dash, and then on the new price, we have the green highlight. So basically now this was the before price and this is the after price. Let's get back to our page. Now you can see at the bottom, we have more options here. So when you go to the inventory, we have something called SKU. SKU is basically stock keeping unit. This is really important if you're selling a physical product. For example, let's just say I'm selling a mobile phone, and here if the user orders a mobile phone with his email ID or through a telephone contact, then there would be a really confusion between how many stocks do I have left and how many I have sold. So in this way, I can keep the name of each and every stock. So for this one, I'm going to call this as dummy mobile 1. Now below this, you can see there's a manage stock option. This will automatically set me a product level management. So I just need to tick this. And here I need to specify how many products do I have in my stock. So all I have to do is just set this to 10 and allow back orders. So basically back orders are if the product is out of stock, the user can still buy the product but left in the waiting line. So in that way, the user will have to wait for a very long time. So by default, it is set to do not allow. So I'm going to set it to that way itself. And here we have the low stock threshold. So in case if the stock goes below 2 or below 3 and it comes to 2, then automatically it is going to send me notification telling that, okay, there is going to be a out of stock in your product. You need to update that. I can also sell the product individually. In this way, one user can buy only one product at a time. Let's click on save. Let's see how that looks like in our site. So refresh. And I can see it shows the SKU as DM1, which we specified. Let's get back to our product page now. If I scroll down, the next one which I have is the shipping. In shipping, I can manage the dimension and the mass of my product. For example, I'm going to set this to 0.2. And the dimensions, I'm going to set it to length as 7 inches, width as 3, and the height as 0.2. So by default, whenever creating, we need to create a shipping class. In our case, we did not create anything yet, but I'm going to show you this in the further classes. So let's click on update. Let's see how that looks on our site now. Now you can see at the bottom, we have more options. We have description, additional information, and reviews. So in this way now, if I go to additional information, you can see I have the width and the dimensions of my particular product. Let's get back to our product page, scroll down, and below the shipping, we have the linked products. Upsales are basically the highest sold value of the product, which is similar to your product. For example, if you have an iPhone and if you have another iPhone which also has the same values or maybe a higher price, you can put this in the upsell, and the cross sell is something which is much more lower to the price. So you can which product you want to display in your upsell and cross sell. You can click here and you can look for the product. Then we have attributes. We're going to learn more about attributes in the further classes. So I'm going to let this be. Let's go to the advanced section. So here I can specify the purchase note. So when the user is buying, he would know what kind of purchase bought the product. In the orders, I can specify where does my product belong to. 0 as set to the highest one and 10 to the lowest. I'm going to set it to 10 and then click on update. Scroll down. Now below that we have get more product options. So here basically what I can do is, in case if you need some extra options, you can get that from the WooCommerce premium plugins or premium add-ons. You can do that from here. In the previous class, we worked on the simple product. In this class, we're going to create a variable product. Let's click on add new product. And I'm going to call this as colored t-shirt. Okay, we can add some description. I'm going to add a image for that. Going to upload. And from here, I'll choose a default image as blue. Just copy the same name Okay, we have the image here. Now, instead of setting it as a simple product, we are going to set this as a variable product. See, now our sale price and regular price is gone. So now what we can do is we can go to our variations. In order to add some variations, we need to add some attributes. So let's go to our attributes here and click on add. Now here we can set up some attributes. For example, I want to add colors. And here I can choose the colors which I want to add. So in this case, I'm going to add the colors. So we want blue, we want purple, and green. We can separate each colors with the help of the pipe symbol. And once it is done, click on used for variations and click on save attribute. Now you can come to your variations, click on go. Now here I have the variations which I want to choose. So I can choose blue. So I'm going to set this one, and I'm going to set each and every pricing for each and every colors. I'm going to set it to blue, and here you can see that I can add more options now. I'm going to directly add some pricing. I'm going to call this as 2,500, and let's close this. I'm going to add another variation, and this one is going to be purple. Let's change this one, name to 2,800, then save changes. And let me create another one for the green. I'm going to change this one to green, and let me change this pricing to 2,900. Okay, let's close this. I'm going to save this one. Let's get back to our product and click on update. And now you can see we have a price range. It starts from 2,500 to 2,900. If I choose blue, it is going to automatically show that I have around 10 products in stock and the price is 2,500. If I choose purple and if I choose green, the price is going to automatically change. But there is something which I need to add more. For example, we have attributes. We need to specify what kind of attributes would you like to add. Let's go to attributes. Now, one of the basic types of attributes which we can usually see in every product is a size. So I'm going to set this one to size. Click on add attribute. And once I have this, you can see there is an option for configure terms. Just click on that one. And here I can specify the different size options. So I have small, and I have large, then I have extra large. And once that is added, you can get back to your product, and from here you can go to your attributes and you can choose the size attribute and just click on add. Now you see we have the size attribute here. I'm going to check this one to use for variations and select all and click on save attributes. Let's get back to our product, update this, and let's see how our product looks like now. So if I hit refresh, see now I have two options, one for the color and one for the size. So I can choose blue and then I can choose the large size. So that will show me the product price for that specific details. WooCommerce is not only designed to sell physical products, you can also sell digital products with the help of WooCommerce. It might be a music, a PDF file, an ebook, or a video. It might be anything. Let me show you how you can create a digital product in WooCommerce. Go to products and click on add new. Here we'll create a product for HTML and CSS book, HTML5 and CSS3 ebook. Now in the description we can add some stuff, but right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to simple product. And I have two options here called virtual and downloadable. If you set the virtual, what happens is that your shipping kind of disappears. Check this out. So if I click on virtual, your shipping goes away. I'm going to set this one to downloadable. So if I check this one, I have a lot more other options which I can set up now. I'm going to set the price to around 5,000. I'm going to set the sale price to 2,500. Now I can add the file. So I can add file, and from here I can set the name of the file. So HTML5 and CSS3 ebook. I can choose the file. Let's go to upload files, and in the desktop I have my PDF file. Now select this one, click on open, and since this is going to be encrypted, you don't need to add any of the other options like the title and the descriptions, because this will be available only if the user is signed in and it will not be publicly available to the user. So I'm going to insert the file URL, and I have this one. I can add multiple files if I want, and I have a lot of other options which I can set. For example, I can set the download limit. I'll set the download limit to 10, so the user can download this ebook around 10 times. I can set the download expiry. So if I set it to the number of days, let's just say if I set it to around 10 days, then the download will automatically expire after the 10 days and the user will have to buy the product again. I'm going to set this to unlimited download so the user can download as many times as he needs. And now once this is done, what we can do is we can publish this. Now that our digital product is ready, let's see how that looks like. I'm going to click on preview changes, and this is our ebook available now. Now the user can click on add to cart and buy the product, and once it is bought, the user will get a confirmation email, and in that email he will have the link to download the ebook. One of the basic things every product needs to have is a short description. So when you create a product, we have seen in the previous class that you can add a big description over here, but the short description defines a smaller details about the product. I need to specify what kind of book this is and also how many number of pages are available in this book, and I can define that right over here. Let's go to edit product, and here you can see that we have a long description option. We have some of the product data, and below that you can see there's a short description. So I'm going to create an unordered list. I'm going to call this as book type is ebook, number of pages is 500 plus. I'm going to bold the first headings. Once that is done, you can get back here and click on update. Once that is done, you can click on view product, and you can see the details which have been added are available here. Many times so happens that when you are planning to create a offer for the user, like welcome offer or a new year offer or a Christmas offer, you would like to give like around 3 to 4 products in a group for the user so that he can buy that at one time. You can do that with the help of a grouped product attribute what we have inside our WordPress. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a welcome offer. Okay, and then click on publish. Now before that, we will set this one to a grouped product. You can see we have, so we can set up the SKU to welcome offer 1. And now I can go to the linked product. I can choose which products come inside this welcome offer. So I want the HTML book. I need the t-shirt, and I need the dummy content. And once you have done that, what you can do is you can scroll back up and hit on publish. So basically what's happening is that a group product is acting like a container for all the other 3 products which we added here. And this entire container is acting like a new product. Let me show you how this thing looks like. If I click on view product, I can see that we have a welcome offer and all the 3 products, and the user can choose how many of it does he want. Then you can click on add to cart and you can buy this as a bundle. Most of the times you don't even know how your WordPress site is going to look like without the products. And let's just say that you do not have any products yet and you have only around like 2 to 3 products, but in future you'll be adding multiple products, but you still want to see how your WordPress site is going to look like with all those products. WooCommerce has an option to import the dummy data which they have given already in their plugin. So all you have to do is go to tools and you can click on import. And here if you scroll down, you can see there is WooCommerce product CSV, WooCommerce tax rates, and a lot of other things, but don't worry about this. Just install the WordPress importer. And once the importer is installed, you can click on run importer, and from here you can choose the file. Now basically they're asking for an XML file. So all you have to do is now you have to navigate to your WooCommerce plugin which you installed in your WordPress site. So in my case, I'm using Windows PC, so go to C drive, and from here go to XAMPP, htdocs, and inside that go to ecom, WP content, plugins. And you can see here that we have a folder called WooCommerce. Open that, and inside that there is another option called sample data. Open that one, And you can see there are a lot of other options like sample products, sample product tax rates. Now remember, your WordPress is asking for an XML file. So if you see here, the XML file what we have is a sample products. Select that one and click on open. And now update file and import. That's going to ask you to set up a shop manager. So I'm going to right now download and import the attachments. I'm going to leave it to blank. If I leave it to blank, it will be automatically imported to the admin user. Let me hit on submit. Okay, now that we have imported, you can click on this have fun. That's going to take you to the admin page. And now you can go to appearance, menus. If you go to view all, you should see a shop page in your menu bar. So I'm going to click on this one, click on add to menu. I'm going to push this beside the home page. Click on save menu. I can go to visit my site. You can see there is a shop option here. If I click on this one, you have all the dummy products which WordPress comes with. When you're working with physical products, there is always a need for shipping. So let's just say I have a product and I want to ship it somewhere within the Bangalore, then I would have to specify the shipping charges. Most of the users prefer free shipping. So I'm going to show you how you can set that up. So go to WooCommerce, settings, and inside the settings, there is an option called shipping. Just click on that one. And here you have the option of shipping zones. So I'm going to click on add shipping zones. And here I have the zone name. I'm going to set this zone name to local delivery. So here I can choose the areas which I want to ship to. For example, I wanted to ship within Karnataka, India. Okay, now here I can add the shipping method. So in this way, what happens is only the customers within those zones will be able to see them. Okay, let me add the shipping method. And from here, I can click on flat rate or free shipping or local pickup. I'm going to set that to flat rate and click on add shipping method. Now, once this is done, you can click on the edit. And instead of calling this as a flat rate, I can call this as local delivery. And is it taxable or none? You can set this one. I'm going to set this to none. And the cost of the shipping cost, let's just say per product, we are selling it for around 100 rupees. I'm going to click on save changes. And once this is done, let's go to our products list. And let's try buying the dummy product. So I'm going to click on dummy product, view product. Now I'm going to click on add to cart, view cart. I can see we have the change shipping options, but obviously you can see that the shipping has been already been added to 100, and by default it is set to Bangalore and 56011 Karnataka. That is the shipping details which I gave for my product. You can always add as many shipping details as you like. One of the most best things about an e-commerce site is that how you can accept the payments. If you can do cash on delivery, bank transfer, that is all fine, but most of the time the user needs an immediate access to a product, maybe like a PDF file or a music or a movie. At this time, you should be able to accept payments digitally. There are so many payments gateway available right now. So I can go to your plugins, click on add new, and from here just type in payment gateway. As you can see, there is a huge list of options available in WordPress itself. Now there is Stripe payment gateway, there is PayPal, and there is a lot of other options. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the CC Avenue payment gateway and click on install now. And once it is done, click on activate. Okay, we have installed our payment gateway. Now let's see how we can set that up inside our WooCommerce. Let's go to WooCommerce, go to settings. From there, you can go to payments. Now you can see that we have an option for CC Avenue. By default, WooCommerce gives you an option of PayPal. So I'm just going to ignore that. I'm going to remove check payments and I'm going to add CC Avenue. Now there's a couple sort of rules provided by CC Avenue which you have to follow in order to sign up for them. So in order to do that, go to CC Avenue and you can sign up to them. And if you have difficulty signing up to them, you can always contact them. And once you have done that, you can come back to your WooCommerce setup and click on the setup button. And from here, for now, I'm going to enable the sandbox CC revenue payment. So that's basically a dummy payment account which I can try. If you're selling your products in dollars, you can always convert it to INR if you're selling the products in India. I'm going to check this. So there is an iframe redirection. I'm going to enable this. Now, once you sign up to your CC Avenue Payment Gateway, they're going to give you a merchant ID, a working key, access code, and a lot of other options. You need to fill up those details and click on Save Changes. Now let's see how that's going to look like in our site. Let's go to Visit Store. Let's try buying this product. Let's click on Add to Cart, View Cart, proceed to checkout, and I can fill up all these details. And now we have the CC Avenue Payment Gateway. Let's click on this one and say Place Order. Since we are on a local host, the payment was declined. But if you are online, this would have directly taken to the CC Avenue Payment Gateway, and from there you would have done the payment. So far we have seen how we can create a product, we can add the shipping details, and we can do a lot more other things. Now let me show you how you can set up the tax rate inside your WooCommerce. Now before even we get into the tax system, I would recommend you to do a little bit research on how tax works in your country. Now, tax differs from country to country and state to state. Now since we are in India, we have a single tax called GST, and we're going to use that. Now it might be differ in your country, so now you might want to get in touch with the person who knows more about taxes. So in order to get started how to integrate tax in our WordPress site, the first thing what you'll have to do is you'll have to go to your WooCommerce settings, and from here you'll have to enable the tax rates and calculation, and then click on Save. Now once you have saved it, you'll have the tax option available. Click on that one, and from here choose the standard rates. Okay, so we need to add the first one. I'm going to add the country code, IN. You'll have a lot of list of options here which you can choose from. And I'm going to set the state code as blank, postal code as blank, city as blank, and the tax rate here is 18%. I'm going to set the tax name to GST. And you can set the priority to 1 since I will have only one tax system, but you have multiple, you'll have to set it to 2, 3, and other options. Now you will have to configure this in your products. So let's go to our products, all products. Let's go to a dummy product. And now you can see that tax status is available. So I'm going to set it to taxable. Then click on update. And once it is updated, you can click on view product. Click on add to cart. View cart. I'm going to remove the first one. Now you can see the GST is automatically calculated and we get the final price. So in order to make our website look more appealing and more e-commerce like, we need to install a e-commerce based theme. Now WooCommerce gives us an option to do that. So you can go to your dashboard, let's go to appearance and themes and click on add new. WooCommerce have their own official WordPress theme especially designed for e-commerce. The name is Storefront. Now if you look for Storefront, you'll get this theme. Just click on install. Once it is installed, let's click on activate. As you can see, WooCommerce is giving me an option to design my own store. I can create a home page for my home page template. So I can click on let's go, and that will directly take me to my customizer. So here I can customize how my site looks like. So I can click on skip this step, but if you would like to go through the tutorial, you can always go through the step-by-step instruction. Now I already have set up my name and other items. So you can see this is my home page and I have all my products set up here. Once this is done, you can click on publish. I can click on close. And now let's see how our site looks like. So I can click on visit store. And now you can see this is our home page. This is more like an e-commerce site. So you can see all my products are listed over here. I can go to shop. And now you can see I have a lot of other options. I have paginations. I can sort my products. All these options look much more beautiful when compared to the previous theme. Okay, our WooCommerce site is now almost ready. We have the home page, we have the shop, we have the about us and contact us. We have a very beautiful cart option which shows us a quick way to see how many products do we have and what's the pricing, and we can also check that out directly from here. And we have the search products option. But what is this thing? On the sidebar, you can see that we do not have much of the options here. We have only recent posts. We have a search bar that searches the entire site, and we have some comments options and archives and a lot of other stuff. We do not need this. We need a custom widget which can actually work with our WooCommerce site. So in order to remove this, what we can do is we can go to customize. And from here you can go to widgets, and you can see these are the widgets which we have inside our sidebar. We don't need the search bar, so I'm going to remove that. I don't need the recent posts, I'm going to remove that one. I don't need the comments, I'm going to remove that. Archives, remove that. Categories, I'm going to remove that. And the meta information, I'm going to remove that one too. Now you can see that our sidebar is completely empty. We do not have anything here. Let's add something. I'm going to first add a product search. So I'm going to say search. And you can see we have product search. I'm going to add that one. Okay, that only searches the product. Next, I'm going to add another one. Next, I'm going to add filter product by price. Okay, I have this small slider here. Let's done that one. Let's see what else can we add. Okay, then I'm going to add filter product by attribute. So let's add this one and then click on done and click on publish. I can close this. Let's see how our site looks like now. And now you can see that we have a product filter I can choose from. I have a different types of attributes which I used in my site. I can customize with that one. And I have a product search bar which I can directly search. Let's type in dummy and hit enter. Now that is going to show me directly my dummy product, and it also shows me the number of stocks available and a lot of other options like the product images and a lot of other stuff. Now that our store is set up, let's go to WooCommerce settings. Let's see what kind of settings are available for us. So let's go to WooCommerce and go for settings. Here the first one you will see is the general settings. Here you can manage your address, the location, state, country, postal code, and a lot of other things. Now there are some more options over here in the general options. You have the selling locations. You can choose which country do you sell. For example, I can sell all countries, which basically will allow my WordPress site to show my product in all the countries, or I can sell only for specific countries, except I can choose the list of countries. Or I can choose only to sell to specific countries. So let's just say I'm selling my products only in India, so I can set it to just India. So now my products will be only available for Indians. Or let's just say you do not have any settings and you sell to all the places. You can just get rid of this and click on sell on all countries. The shipping location is ship to all countries you sell to, or you can sell it to specific countries only, or you can disable the shipping and shipping calculations. And below that we have one more option called default customer location. So when the user opens your site, he's basically not signed up, so you don't know his location. So by default it takes your shop's base address. So let's just say I have set up my shop for Jayanagar, Bangalore. It's going to set up that address, but I don't want that. I want the website to automatically select his address. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to choose geolocate. So I'm going to by default set it to geolocate. You can enable taxes in your site over here. You can also enable coupon codes when the user is buying your product. So you can give him some offers and some discounts. You can also calculate the discounts sequentially. While setting up WooCommerce setup, I set the default currency to INR, but you can choose which currency your countries have. And now that is done, so just click on save. Now that we have configured the general settings in our WooCommerce, let's see how we can configure our product settings. In order to do that, let's go to WooCommerce, Settings, and from there, click on Products. Here, you can choose which page will all your products will be shown. So by default, it is set to Shop page, and I'm fine with that. But if you have a custom page where you want to show your products, you can select from the drop down. And once that is done, you can see the next one is Add to Cart behavior. I'm using Ajax as my cart button, so as soon as you click on that, it will be added in your cart with the Ajax functionality. Or you can redirect directly to the cart where the user can directly buy the product. The placeholder image is by 12. We have custom measurements, starts from unit. I have set it to kgs, but it depends on what kind of measurements you use. The dimension units are set in centimeters, but you can always choose inches or any other functions or any other measurements you have. I have enabled product reviews and show verified owner review if the customer has bought the product already. Reviews can only set by verified owner. So if I set this one, if the user has bought the product, only then he can leave the review. So there's a product rating option. I have enabled the product rating. That's going to give me the star rating and it's not optional. So I'm click on save. And now right beside that, there is inventory. Let's click on that. And inside inventory, I'm automatically managing my stocks here. As soon as the stock is low, the notification will be sent. Even if you're out of stock, the notification will be sent to you. The notification recipients is set to this email ID, which is the email ID which we use to install our WordPress. The low stock threshold is set to 2 products. So if the product goes below count of 2 or the SKU goes below count of 2, then automatically an email will be sent to your email. If the stock is out of stock, then automatically it's going to hide from the catalog. I'm going to check this. Stock display format is going to be remaining in stock around 12 stock. So we need to display this in order to make sales more faster. That kind of helps the user to buy the product even faster if he kind of knows that the product is going to be out of stock very soon. And then let's click on save. Let's go to downloadable products. Here we're using forced download to download files which are digitally uploaded to your site. Let's check out how the access restriction works. So once the email is sent to the user, if he wants to download that file, he will have to log in. So we'll enable this for better security. We'll grant the access to the downloadable products after the payment is done. We're going to assign a unique file name to the file when the product is created. That's actually good for the security purposes. And I click on save. Here we are going to set up the account and privacy. You can see on the top we have an option here called guest checkout. So we have allowed the customer to place the order without an account. So I'm going to uncheck that. And there's an option here, allow the customer to log into an existing account during the checkout, so that when the user is buying the product, he should be able to log in. But obviously when he needs to log in, he will have to create his account. So let's go to our account creation, and then we're going to check on this one. Allow the customers to create an account during the checkout page. We'll also allow the user to create the account on my accounts page. So once that is done, we can go to an account ensure request. So as soon as the user has completed the orders, we'll remove all the personal data which has been stored in our site. We'll also remove the access to the download request, but I'm going to leave this blank. So personal data removal. And there are a bunch of other settings. I would encourage you guys to just have a look at all these items once. In the email settings, you can see that we have a custom built email for each and every function when the user does something. For example, when the user creates a new order, we have a custom email. When he cancels an order, we have a custom email. For the failed order, we have another email. The same way, we have a bunch of list of emails which we can create. Now, here's how you can customize this. So you can choose the sender option. It is by default set to my site name, but you can always change that. And you can also change the from email address. Whenever the user buys the product from you, you can choose the from email address which will be sending. By default, this is set to your admin email once you install your WordPress. So there is a email header image which you can add here. There's footer text which you can add here, and there's a base color and the background color and a lot of other bunch of settings which you can customize in your email. If there's a new order, the user will receive this new order email. So let's see how we can manage this. You can just click on manage, and you can see there is a bunch of settings which you can work with. And also you can see there is a template which is built for this particular email, and WooCommerce gives us the link where we can customize this thing. So you can just click on view template here that shows what are the things you need to customize, and you can work with that. Now make sure that you don't edit any of these settings. If you don't know what these are, it's better to leave them alone and only change the options in the main email settings page. There is an advanced setting option inside WooCommerce which you can always work with. For example, you can change the cart page which is available here. You can also change the checkout page, and I can set up the my accounts page which you want to work with. Here you can set up your terms and conditions page. So I do not have a terms and conditions page yet, but if you have one, you can set it up directly over here. So you can check the force SSL certificate over here. So what happens is when the user is reaching the checkout page, and if you don't have an SSL certificate on your site, this will by default enable you the force HTTPS, but it is always a good idea to install an SSL certificate on your site for better security. So at the bottom, you can see there are some checkout endpoints. So usually when the user is paying a payment, there's an order pay, and there's a lot of other options available. So there are some account endpoints which you can work with. You can just take your cursor over here. It shows what it means, and you can easily work with that one too. But my recommendation is better not to touch this. So just leave it as it is. And then what you can do is you can save this. We have added everything that we need for our e-commerce website. Now, before even launching your website, it is always a good idea to test it. So in order to test this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this URL here, go to the menu, incognito view, and from here, I'm going to load this. Okay, so my store looks fine. So what I can do now is I can go to shop. Let's try buying something. I click on add to cart, say add to cart, and add to cart. Okay, now in my cart page, I can see I have 3 products. So let's click on view cart. I can increase this, click on update cart. Okay, cart's updated. I can change my shipping address. Let's set it to Bangalore and update. Okay, so price has been updated. So let's click on proceed to checkout. Okay, there is a return customer login, so that's working fine. So I don't have a account yet. So do I have a coupon? Okay, we'll see. We'll look at this in the further classes. Okay, now I do want to create my account. So let's click in some demo accounts. I'm going to name this as John Doe. Company name is optional. The street address is Jayanagar. And the city is Bangalore, Karnataka. Phone number, I'm going to add 0123456789 and 0. The email is going to be johndoe@gmail.com, and ship to a different address. No, we don't have a different address. So okay, we have set up all these options. Now once that is done, I'm going to click on cash on delivery. Just click on place order. Great, now that our order is placed, all I have to do is now check out my order in my dashboard. Let's see how that order works. So I'm going to go to WooCommerce. I'm going to go to orders here. And you can see this is the order which came around like 5 minutes ago. The status is on hold because the payment was done through cash on delivery. So I'm going to click on this one. And here you can actually manage the complete order. You can see that the order number is there, so when what was created, the order ID, and a lot of other things are available. So let's just say you want to set up a private note within your team. So you can set it up here, for example, hi, the customer needs to be taken care. And I can set a private note. I'm going to click on add. That will be added to my team. But also you can send the note to the customer. For example, your order will be soon reviewed. Okay, and you can send the note to customer. I can click on add. That will be sent to the customer. You can see that the gray one is created for the team and the blue one is actually created for the customer. And here you can see the list of products which the customer bought, and that was a local delivery, and it's giving the shipping details, the GST which we charged him, and the complete order details. We can also refund him if he claims for a refund, and on the top we have more actions. So I just say if I want to complete the order, I can click on here, I can click on order is completed and click on update. Now I can go to your orders, and here you can see that the order is completed. Reports are easily generated and managed in WooCommerce. Let me show you how to work with that. So if you go to WooCommerce here and click on reports, and by default it shows you the number of sales which you have made. For example, you can see that we have a blue, green, and a light blue one, and you can see what that is. So this is the number of sales in this period, and the average net daily sales and the gross sales you have made this per month. And you can also see the price you have charged for the shipping over here. Now there's another option called sales by product, and you can actually check how many product has been sold how many times. For example, you can check out here that the beanie with logo has been sold 2 times, but the album has sold only once, and the beanie has sold only 1 time. You can also check out about the customers, and you can see which customer has bought more sales and how many customers have bought more sales. You can also get a complete list of customers which have bought your product. And then you can go to the stocks and you can check out how many stocks are available in your site for now. So here you can see the low in stocks is showed by default, but I do not have anything in low in stocks, but something is out of stocks. You can also check out that one, and most in stocks also you can check it out that one. Taxes is where you can manage all your taxes. So for example, I have not made any sales yet inside the site, so this area is completely empty. But once you start working with WooCommerce, this area will be filled in. So it is always a good idea to keep these records and keep all your taxes separately so that you can manage your taxes later. Okay, we have built our site, we have added the products, we have tested our site for the orders, and we have done a lot more stuff. So now the next thing and the most last part of the WooCommerce website is to add coupons. Usually a lot of websites like Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, and a lot of other e-commerce websites have coupons integrated in their own site. This kind of improves the customer experience, and they tend to buy more products by applying more coupon codes. Let me show you how you can set up coupon codes into your WooCommerce site. Let's go to WooCommerce, and there's an option for coupons. Just click on that one. And here you have an option to create your first coupon. So click on this, and you will get a random coupon code. You can add more description to this if you want. It is optional. The discount type is by default set to the card discount. So basically it is fixed, so it will be applied to a specific amount. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to a percentage discount, and basically I'm trying to give around 30% discount on my products. So if you're allowing free shipping, you can enable this, but since I don't do that, or you don't do that, you can disable this. You can check this or you can uncheck this. It's completely optional. It's completely up to you. In the coupon expiry date, you can set the coupon expiration. I can set it to for 1 week, so that's a campaign which I will be running. And I can go for the usage restrictions. So minimum spend. Here you can set up when the user can use his coupon. So if he's going to spend more than 2,000 rupees, only then he can set up this coupon. So I'm going to leave it blank. So I'm going to set it to individual use only, so that only one person can use this, and it is limited to that. Or you can set up it to a specific product. For example, I want to set up it to the dummy product which I created, and I can actually exclude other products which this coupon should not apply. I can also apply this to a complete product category, or I can also exclude categories here. So there is a usage limit option. So the usage limit per coupon will be used only 1 time or 2 times. If you leave it blank, it's unlimited. I'm gonna set it to around 3 times, where the user can use this for like around 3 times. And here I will set it to 3, so that only 3 people will be able to use this coupon, and per user it will be set to only 1 time. So once this is done, just click on publish. Now what has happened is that your coupon is now registered in your site, but it is not publicly available. So if you want this coupon to go more viral and get shared more, you'll have to share this in your social media or any other means. So make sure that you share this in social media and many other places, so that people can apply this coupon code in your product and buy your product more.